So I learned how to breathe better. I had no idea how much breathing mattered, how it could affect the structure of our faces, the quality of our sleep, how long we would live. For the past month, I spent every single day doing breath work, and I'm going to take you on my journey with the breath so far. Enjoy. Get comfortable. Can you guys hear me? Just kidding. Hello, my name is Shamari, and I spent the past month doing breath work every single day. I'm going to be telling you what I learned and why this matters to you. First of all, Breath by James Nestor. I got this book last year, and the book storekeeper person told me, hey, this book changed my life. I recommend you get this one. And so I did. I read it, and I'm going to give you some of my main takeaways from the book that are laid out by James Nestor. So I'm going to put on my James Nestor glasses and just tell you some of the important things to know about the breath. Don't use your mouth. Using your mouth is bad for several reasons. One of the reasons is that it has no filter. It causes us to often overbreathe. And thirdly, all other mammals, out of the 5,400 mammals on the planet, we're the only ones that use our mouths, except for dogs. And dogs use their mouths to thermoregulate, so that is not really to be taken into consideration. What's the solution? The nose, you guessed it. So breathing in through our nose solves the issues created by the mouth, because the nose, the whole host of passageways that heat up the air coming in, moisten the air, filter it, and also restrict or pressurize the amount of air coming in, which solves the overbreathing issue. When you inhale through your nose, you actually can't get in as much air, but this is not a bad thing. When we're breathing in through the mouth, we're able to take in more air, right? But when we're taking in this air that's not pressurized, not filtered, not moistened, not heated up, it stresses our body out. Nestor points out you should try just breathing into your mouth for 20 seconds, just like that, and see how you feel. Notice it's not the greatest feeling. Another benefit of breathing in through the nose is that we're actually able to extract 20% more oxygen from the air that we breathe in through our nose as opposed to our mouths. Over the course of a lifetime, 20% is going to add up. I mean, over the course of a day, 20% is going to add up. The third thing, stop using your mouth, use your nose, third thing, is lung capacity. Nestor points out that in a study done 40 years ago among 5,000 participants, it was found that the #1 marker for longevity was actually lung capacity, not genetics or diet, as some people might think. That's a pretty astounding finding, and what it means is that the bigger your lungs are, that's going to have the best effect on how long you're going to live. How can you do this? How can you improve your lung capacity? Well, you can exercise. Exercise is great. Cardio, weightlifting, anything that gets your heart rate up. Obviously, exercise has a whole host of benefits to it, but improving your lung capacity is one of them. Yoga is really great as well, because you're actually stretching out your torso, allowing your lungs more room to grow, to expand. Exercise, yoga, breath work, all things that can help improve your lung capacity. The next thing to point out is the importance of slowing down your breath. Now, I pointed out the issues that arise with overbreathing. They can stress out your body and put you in a state of fight or flight, constantly alert and ready, and that's not a state that we need to be in all the time. Fortunately, it's very easy to fix this, and you simply just slow your breath down. Now, the perfect breathing rate, found in this book and across other texts, is 5.5 seconds in and 5.5 seconds out, which is a long time to most of us, all right? Most of us are like breathing like crazy. Now that's quite a big jump, maybe starting with 3 seconds in, 3 seconds out. It's a great place to start. If I'm driving, I've started to just kind of have a mental reminder like, oh, I should focus on my breath a little bit here, make sure I'm focusing on the breath. Slowing down a little bit definitely has some calming effects. So slowing down your breathing is going to allow you to enter a more relaxed state, because it's sending signals to your brain that you're in a safe place. Slowing down your breathing will also help balance out your CO2 and oxygen levels, so that you're actually able to utilize more oxygen as it enters your bloodstream. The final tip is to hold your breath, and this comes in two forms. It's bad if you're unconsciously holding your breath, and it's good if you're doing it consciously. So on the bad side, if you're at your office and something stressful comes up, a stressful email, or your boss is looking at you and thinks you should be doing more work. You know you should be doing more work, so you get stressed out, so you start holding your breath. You won't know you're holding your breath. It's unconscious, and this happens all the time. Nestor points out that an estimated 80% of office workers hold their breath. That is bad. On the flip side, if you're consciously holding your breath, this can be good for you. Holding your breath for longer periods of time can actually improve your tolerance of carbon dioxide levels within your body, which can be great for athletic performance. You can actually go deeper within your body, which can then be used as a tool to enhance your athletic performance or enter a state of focus or calm, and you can even heat up your body when you're cold. So those are some of the most important takeaways from your breath, laid out by James Nestor in this book and also in a video that I will link down below. Breathe through your nose, improve your lung capacity, slow down, and hold your breath consciously. Now, transitioning to the next part of this, how? I mean, those are all the tools, but how can you make it a habit? I decided to do the Wim Hof Method for the past 30 days. So, let me explain that to you. Okay, so the Wim Hof Method. I had a family member who introduced me to the Wim Hof Method. He is a psychiatrist and he's a kind of a health nut like myself. And he told me about it 2 years ago, and I had known a little bit about meditation and breath work, but didn't give it a shot. Then this past Thanksgiving, we had a conversation again, and I was like, you know what? Let me give this a shot. And I had just read the James Nestor book, so I thought, you know what, I really should just try this. So I did it the day after Thanksgiving, and wow, it was great. I felt a whole rush of body sensations, and it was just something I'd never experienced before. So I continued to experiment, and for the past 30 days, I did it every single day. I'm about to tell you the basics of how to perform the Wim Hof Method, but you can also use the app. It makes it a lot easier. So the basics are 35 breaths with a full inhale. You want to fully inhale into the belly, chest, head, and then let it go. Full inhale into the lungs, right? And when you exhale, you don't empty your lungs. That's one of the most important things to pay attention to. Full inhales, but not full exhales. So after you've done the 35 breaths, now you enter the retention phase. You let the air go and you hold your breath for as long as you can, comfortably. After you feel like you can't hold your breath anymore, you do an inhale and you hold for 15 more seconds. After 15 seconds are up, you let the air go and you begin the 35 breaths again. So that's one round. 35 breaths, retention phase, and then a 15-second inhale and hold at the top of your lungs. So that's it. 3 to 4 rounds, takes about 20 minutes, and you're done. So after doing the Wim Hof Method for a month, I can safely say it was a success. It was nice to have something in my day where it was just me time. I carved out this time, 20 minutes in the morning before anything else, to just breathe. And I found that when I was conscious with my breath, when I focused on my body sensations, the air coming into my nostrils, into my lungs, I was able to go into a very relaxed state. And it got deeper and deeper, the sensations of my body get stronger, and my retentions got longer. Now, there were days when I struggled to maintain concentration on my body and my breath, and on those days, my retention suffered as well. The experience was not as fun. It wasn't as successful on some days. So I would say that the key to success is surrender. When I surrendered to the breathing, when I surrendered to the body sensations and went deeper into that, that's when my retentions got longer. And when I got the more relaxed states, when I got the mental clarity after. So relaxation through surrender is the most important factor for my practice. The past month has been transformative. From rereading the book Breath by James Nestor and practicing the Wim Hof Method, I was able to increase my breathing retention time from 1 minute and 30 to 3 minutes and 40. I felt a whole host of new bodily sensations. I reached mental clarity and relaxation that I've never experienced before. And the idea of holding my breath for 5+ minutes now seems like a very near possibility and something that I'm excited to be doing. The importance of improving my own
Lung capacity just excites me from the standpoint of maybe doing an underwater excursion. Then also the longevity idea, being able to live longer, more healthfully, being able to perform at the highest level when in the gym, on a run, swimming, whatever it is. I think the performance and the longevity are two things that really make making a breathwork practice worth it. So there you have it. The knowledge, the methods, and the results. Highly recommend the breath book, highly recommend the Wim Hof Method app. Please share this with somebody who breathes and comment while holding your breath and breathe like your life depends on it, because it does.
When I first thought of meditation, like maybe a year ago, I don't know, just deep breathing for what purpose? For mindfulness, to maybe calm down. But I just didn't really understand it. And I'm still learning. I'm still very much learning. I'm in the early stages. But one of the ways that I think about it is a way that I'm kind of going to the gym for my brain. And when you sleep, that's like the best gym for your brain. That's just complete rest and reset. And when you're doing a kind of non-sleep deep rest, such as meditation, it allows you to kind of recalibrate, consciously recalibrate with your body and your mind and your spirit. And it takes time. It's not easy. It's like when you first go to the gym, you don't really know what you're supposed to be doing. You're kind of like, hey, should I go over here? How many sets, how many reps? What days do I train this? When you start meditation, I feel like it's kind of similar. Like, okay, how do I not think about something? Okay, I'm just thinking about my breath, I'm thinking about my lungs. Okay, I'm thinking about some chores I have to do today. Where do I navigate my brain space? So it's not easy, but there's a lot of power in it. And just working on it, working to get that silence and that peace. But anyway, I think the breath is really important, and I think breath helps you become grounded. Listening to your heart, understanding how delicate it is and how blessed you are to have a body. Sometimes you just wake up and you just get your day started and you're just talking to people like, we're in this simulation. But if everyone were to move around the world being, with a sense of